Hello, everyone. I'm Braun Mithra. I'm once again joined by Jay Richter. Hello, Jay.
Hello, brah.
Today we are
Hi.
talking about the Black Friday sale new content update or listings or whatever.
The white boxes.
Yeah, well, we're going to talk about the Naked Future bundle too. But just the new content because Black Friday had all kinds of new stuff. We're not going to cover the bundles and all that. I already did a video that covered all the sales and everything, and that's not new stuff. Uh, so
Stuff
we
we've
have
seen before, but yeah.
correct, and we're also not going
It's
to talk
good
about
stuff. It's discounted stuff, but it's old stuff.
yeah. But there was one new white box, one new beta, one new painter scale, and one Naked Future bundle, which I guess is always a Black Friday kind of thing. Last year was it Black Friday? When was Owl last year?
Yeah, it was Naked Blushing Owl last year, I
Yeah.
believe.
All right. So this
Or
year
was
it
it the
is.
Owl Armor, maybe?
Um,
Anyway.
I don't remember. I mean, there's no content in those, and
No, it's not.
they're not even technically new minis. They're new they're new released minis, but they're not
It's
new because
plastic we have never had in hand before, but it's stuff we already know exists.
yes, and we'll get if you order. It's stuff you'll get eventually.
Yes.
So it's the Dragon Goblin
I,
from Abyssal Woods, and
Everybody's favorite sculpt, the Death Chicken. He's very cool.
yes, he's very cool. It looks like he got himself a little bit of an upgrade from when we last saw him too. I
Yeah.
think from the new images. And then weirdly, it's Oblivion Mosquito's armor set. So a different. So Abyssal Woods is the Dragon Goblin, but Oblivion Mosquito is the armor set. So it's two different expansions, which is interesting. But
Two different campaigns entirely, actually.
yeah, it's
Because Oblivion Mosquito is Inverted Mountain, and it's the armor sprue, not the actual
yeah, it's
bug jam.
interesting. But it is what it is. They're very cool. Especially, I mean the Dragon Goblin's always been cool. So it's 100 USD. So it's pretty good. Very cool mini. The painter scale was what was her name?
Samantha Haulage Cargoes, Shipping
Samantha
Chan.
Haulage Cargo.
Samantha Haulage Cargoes, aka Shipping Chan. Uh, I believe it said they were made to order, actually,
I
but they
think
were
it
up
yeah
for a
print
limited
on
time.
demand. I think
Yep.
I'll have to
For us
look
being
again.
painter scale of her shit sitting in the freight rail car yard, doing her
Correct,
whole spiky tooth thing.
and it is just the painter scale. It is
Yeah, that's
not
it.
the scout of her that was shown at the end of the Black Friday update. So very neat. Everyone's always been waiting for that one. No game con included in that, so that's good.
Not even sure if there was an art card or not.
I don't know. I'll have to double check, but if there is, I'll show it here. But very cool, cool stuff. Now we have the new white box, which is an updated beta. This is the second time this has happened, and it is the same thing. It's just like last time it was Sunlion Urza, who was beta and
Yes.
then became white box. Now it's Screaming Sun Lucy, who was Screaming Oni for the beta, but so it's more People of the Sun love. The beta is also People of the Sun related,
I guess
which
that's the Black Friday thing now, which I'm cool with. I mean, People of the Sun's not my favorite campaign, but it's a cool campaign, I guess.
oh, was Sunlion last Black Friday?
Yeah. Every Black Friday, because Sunline was the first beta content ever,
Yes.
and then the following Black Friday, she became the hard plastic white box, and we got Screaming Oni Lucy. Now this time we got hard plastic Lucy and beta content Lantern Aya, or Sun Lantern Aya, which we'll get to.
Interesting.
So I assume next year we'll get hard plastic Lantern Sun Aya and beta content Sun Phoenix Alistair or something.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Yeah, possible.
However, first things first is Screaming Sun Lopsy, if you will.
Yes. She includes quite a number of things. Two of them were in the beta. So the gear set returns, but it's been updated, and the mask returns, which has been slightly updated. But then she also includes patterns and a knife and a vermin. We'll start with the vermin because
anything to help out the vermin deck, right?
Yes, anything to help out the vermin deck. The vermin deck is, I mean, this is going to be limited to people of the sun, but it is a vermin. It is a typed vermin, which is organ, which is nice because all the other ones are hide. I think in one scrap. I think there's a one scrap one.
No, it's not. It's
no,
not even.
It's all hide.
There's what, 3 of the crab spiders, which are all hide, and then all the ones that you use in like cooking are non-existent. They just don't have a resource type. They're all just consumable.
I couldn't remember if the hair mite was an organ or something.
No, it's just consumable. I checked.
So yeah, then this is nice for it to be an organ. At least you can then use it. Something else if you draw it multiple times, which you will need to draw it multiple times because both of these require it. So, but it is locked people in the sun.
A little interesting. It's not a perfect organ because if you recall, the resource from Sunlantern Aya was a perfect organ.
Correct, but there was also a flower, and it was more gated. You had to roll an 8 or 9+ on a terrain, which is crazy. Because then you had to randomly draw the terrain, then you have to randomly roll high. Not as badly gated anymore, I guess, Physanomy, but makes it easier. Terrainomancy. But, nonetheless, this one, I guess because there's lope, so you can always at least get one chance at the vermin, but in 1.6, getting 2 vermin resources was removed from the lope. Because that was just incredibly powerful. Which is a
little bit unfortunate, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it was incredibly powerful. It just made more reason to just keep farming lope, especially when cooking was a thing.
And now it's not.
Yeah, or in the foreseeable future, it's still not going to be.
We'll cover that in a future rant.
Yeah.
However, for now, the Carmine Cockneil.
Yeah, it gives you both. This is pretty much the same exact thing as what we saw with the other Aya. Death Inheritor Aya, the Phoenix one, you had to get the resource, the strange resource, and you had to get it twice to make both things. So this is the same. You're gonna have to get this twice to get both things. It will give you both patterns when you gain it, but you need 2 of them.
On Erza, right, the same way as you got the corpse flower twice because you needed it for each of the gear pieces.
Yeah.
If you were gonna make the kunai.
Yeah. This one, at least, you probably want to make both things.
Oh, definitely. Both things are good.
Yeah. So
if I can make 2 of the knife, I would.
Yes. It's unfortunate that you can't. I don't know if that's... I guess that's just an intended limitation. I don't know if it's for balance reasons. I guess it's for balance reasons. It's a pretty powerful dagger here. But... the patterns of all seem to be pretty much limited to 1, and this isn't innately paired. However, you do get it from a vermin, which implies you would probably be, verminism, since the vermin relation and all that stuff. But either way, if you could pair this, it'd be great. It's hard to find weapons that act well with paired, and this one does synergize with more speed, so shame you can't pair it, because you can only make 1. So this is the Screaming Tanto, which is a dagger, 2 speed, 6+ accuracy, 4 strength.
It's good for a dagger, honestly.
Yeah. It has persistence 1, which just means on perfect hit you gain 1 survival. It has savage, which is your first critical hit causes an additional wound. And then the ability for the dagger itself is on a perfect hit, your +1 strength tokens are also treated as +1 luck tokens for this attack. This is interesting because of People of the Sun, where you can just give yourself strength tokens, or 1 at least.
At least 1.
Yeah.
I think there's some fighting arts that do more, perhaps, off the top of my head.
Correct. So this thing is always going to at least have deadly, just innately, because you're playing People of the Sun. So it's at least going to be deadly.
On a perfect hit, anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, there's also ways of building this up. like what is it? Hands of Heat. I don't think Hands of Heat is in People of the Sun actually, but
Hands of Heat is in fact the Inner Lantern replacement for People of the Sun.
oh,
Not
okay,
Hands of Heat. I'm thinking Hands of the Sun. Never
yeah.
mind.
So
You're correct.
but you could get Quixotic. There's lots of ways you can get. You can wear other things that just give you strength tokens.
Frenzy.
Yeah, Frenzy. There's lots of ways to gain strength tokens. So that's good. Makes this really good. Anything that you can convert or treat your tokens as +1 strength tokens. Any ability lets you do that. I know the Lion Mask or no Man Mask.
No, the Lion Mask.
Oh, is it
convert all of your survival into +1 strength tokens.
That's it. Yeah. So yeah, the Lion Mask, good. So there's ways you could do this, and then it just becomes crazy powerful. So I guess it's good that you can only make one, even though you wouldn't be able to use, even if you were to pair it, it'd just increase your speed, and then you'd ignore a lot of reactions. It'd be really powerful. So that's the dagger. Next we have, so the next two things are pretty much the same as the beta, except they're slightly changed. So,
and before we do forget, the Tanto costs 1 Carmine Cocknail, 1 large flat tooth, and 2 scrap. That was not mentioned.
Oh, it is also Screaming Antelope locked because of the pattern.
Of course.
Which is fine, because Lope has, like, no weapons, so...
Yeah, it has just the
Beast
Knuckles and the Lance of Longinus, which is locked to a legendary trait.
Correct. So, that's great. Another weapon. So then we have Screaming Sun Mask, which is, again, made with the vermin, and then you have to make a spiral horn in its skull. It's locked to paint, but again, this is just regular patterns, so that stuff's not hard to get. You could make this. It's not. This is not difficult to do. Just the vermin.
The skull would be like the only annoying part there, really.
Maybe. I mean, you'll probably get it by the time. If you really wanted to make this, by the time you probably could, you might have had one. I mean, you can't even do Lope to Lantern Year 3 anyway, so. Or Lantern Year 2. So, you'd have to make this Lantern Year 3. You'd probably have one. Yeah, I don't think it's too bad. Then we have the mask itself.
Is 2 head armor. It is armor, bone, and mask. It has a blue left and a blue jigsaw ability, which is activate to scold non-deaf knockdown survivors, suffer monster level brain damage, and stand. This used to be once per round, I believe, in the beta.
Correct.
It is no longer, which is nice. And considering People of the Sun does not have Encourage, like there's the Protector fighting art, I think it's called, that lets you pick people up. However, you don't
Defender.
just get the survival action. So that's kind of a replacer.
Yep.
With a little bit of a trade-off, so I'm into it. It's like a side grade.
Yep. No, it's good.
It's
easy.
everybody. It's multiple,
easy.
So it's good.
It's not even hard to get things with the blue right. You'd probably pair this with a luck charm anyway because of the dagger. So
yeah, luck charm. I think the screaming chest piece has blue right.
Yep. So this is like not even like it's a non-issue. This puzzle.
Actually, let me look it up real quick.
Either way, this puzzle's a non-issue. You could complete this very easily.
Oh, absolutely. It's not a problem.
Yeah.
Yes, the screaming code is in fact blue right. Yeah. So.
So then we have the Screaming Sun armor itself, which is 3 to all locations.
Not +3. It sets your armor to 3.
Correct. That's how most hybrid armors work. Which is good because the Lope stuff was just brought down from 3 armor everywhere down to 2, so this is good. Then it has the same ability, but not exactly the same. It still has Flay.
Same name, but a different mechanic.
Yeah, it's much more balanced.
Definitely balanced for a Note 2, yes.
Screaming Oni was crazy broken with acid daggers. Just automatic wounds.
That's like old. That basically made old counterweight axe cry.
Yeah, it was crazy, but it's been changed now. It's not updated on the glossary, So the glossary still lists the old beta ability, but the new ability is after you slam, spend one action to move one space and attack with a melee weapon. So it doesn't need to. It's not limited to whatever. The slam action itself, or the movement to get into range after slamming, is not limited to like a spear or something like Skewer was. But the second bonus is unlimited to a dagger. If you are attacking with a dagger, increase the range of your perfect hits by 2 for this attack. So that's really good. Helps with the persistence. Also helps with change your strength tokens into luck with the dagger. This works really well with the dagger. It's great synergy together.
It's still very good with the acid tooth daggers. In fact, I will get to that.
Yeah, acid tooth daggers.
I would take the acid tooth on this set over the Tanto, and I would put the Tanto on the other release.
Yeah, maybe.
Personally.
Yeah, I guess because you wouldn't want it. Well, it depends. If you want to use the lion mask to get tokens, you're gonna need lion. You can't use Gorm. So
yes,
if you want to go that route. But if you want to just use Gorm, then yeah, you use the acid daggers. Still good. It's not automatically wounds, so
there's still a little bit of interaction with the game, unlike old Flame,
yeah,
which was
you didn't even have to roll.
Your two highest wound attempts are automatic perfect hits.
Yeah, even if there were a 1, they still worked.
Yep, somehow.
So this is a great little white box.
No, this is solid.
Yeah.
It's always nice to get cool minis in hard plastic, and I like Screaming Sun Lucy.
Yep, this is a great mini. It's a really good one. Next, we have the beta release. So the beta was Sunlantern Aya.
Yes, Aya 2, The Return.
Yes.
Now, Tokyo Drift.
Yeah. Basically just includes just the mask and then the armor set, just like the other ones did when they were in beta. This one is for Lantern, which is good because People of the Sun has extreme heat, so this is another way to ignore extreme heat, so you can at least use Lantern gear.
So you have to assemble the whole thing before you can use any of it, but that's not that big a deal, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna do this, you're gonna do it, right?
Yeah, of course. I mean,
you could wear this. You could wear this. This isn't heavy, right? Yeah, this isn't heavy. So you could make the Sun Lantern mask first.
You can make the mask and mess around with that.
Yeah, the mask is definitely cool. Well, so speaking of making the mask, it's 2 iron, 5 bone, and a perfect bone. Kind of expensive, but that's fine.
What you get, I think that's balanced. It's not that much more expensive than a regular lantern helm.
Correct, because
it's not like perfect resources are that difficult to get these days with the Indomitable things.
Correct. You could also, if you use what is it? If you use Bone Eater, you could just tutor perfect bones.
Yes, but well, you get 1 for level 1.
Well, I'm just saying you could.
Yes, you could confirm 1.
Yeah.
Lenore, the Overgrown Dewclaw, White Lion, Indomitable Resource is a perfect bone.
Yep. So this is all good. It's not too bad. I think the extra increased cost is fine because the ability of itself is fine. Or it's good. The ability of itself is good and it's not heavy. So you could make this first and at least use it. So the Sun Lantern mask, +2 movement. Oh, it has 4 to the head. So Sun Lantern, when a weapon with 5 or less strength is to the left of this, it gains range 4 and the thrown keyword.
Do note it says 5 or less and not less than 5. That
correct.
Is important.
That's important. Well, I mean, yes. It's important for using some things. Some things it wouldn't make a difference. Some of the things we're going to suggest, but...
Yes. One of the really good things, it does matter. The best thing, it doesn't.
Yes. So, there's a lot of things you can use with this. Jay, what's your favorite one to use with this?
My favorite one is probably a toss-up between the Riot Mace, which is just obviously good here. It gets sharp, which you would have lost because you don't have Lantern set.
Yeah, the set will give you sharp. We'll talk about the set in a second, but...
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
yeah, the Riot Mace is really great with this, as well as the Blood Glass Saw is really good with this,
Mm-hmm.
because you can give it what +2 luck, I think, if you spend your movement, and it's ranged, so that's less of an issue.
Yep. If you're gonna
Uh,
use, if you're gonna use, well, I guess if you're gonna use White Line, you can use Lenore's thing if you have it, right?
uh,
I think Lenore's
yes,
is fine.
could.
Yeah. Neat, neat stuff. The other one you can use this with is the Master Bone Dagger.
Yeah, that one goes a little hard.
Master Bone Dagger is quite ridiculous. Because Master Bone Dagger, one, is going to synergize with dagger stuff.
Yep.
Two,
Note, Master Bone Dagger is a seed pattern in the chest, so
correct.
just putting that out there.
Yes. It also is razor sharp.
Which stacks with regular sharp.
With stacks with regular sharp. Quite ridiculous. So, Master Bone Dagger is like the dream you want with this. Get razor sharp. But like you said, if you're going to be using Gorm anyway, to use the Sun Lucy stuff to pair Flay with Acid Tooth daggers, then you might as well use Riot Mace to pair with this. Because, yeah, the rest...
Riot Maze with this. Or you give the Sun Lope armor the acid daggers, and you give this the Screaming Tonto.
Yeah, either one. You could also use this just with your shield. If usually people in Lantern are probably going to be your tank anyway, this gives you the +2 movement to make up for the loss of the movement from the boots. You could give them a shield, put the shield to the left of this, and then get a quick shortcut to the Shield-A-Rang. So,
Yeah.
cool stuff. Because Shield-A-Rang was a
does
big
it?
loss. I love Shield-A-Rang, but using Arc Survivors, it's hard to get those fighting arts.
Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate about Shield-A-Rang. But this, I guess, is Shield Yo-Yo.
Yeah.
Because it
Yeah.
appears that Aya here has a rope attached to her weapon, so I'm assuming that this is you tying a rope to your weapon and Yo-Yo.
Correct. It's like a
Belmont,
harpoon.
or
Yeah, it's like
whatever you call
the
it.
sky harpoon.
I don't know, it's cool. It's a fun ability. I'm really into fun abilities as
Yeah.
opposed to really effective ones.
And you
It's
can
not
use this-
that ineffective, I'll say that.
Yeah, you can use this even if you don't want to make the lantern armor. Because as you said, you have to make the full set before you can...
Wear any of it, yes.
Yeah, because the sharp thing is nice, but... Again, we'll talk about the sharp thing. So the main thing is here that it gives whatever's to the left of this the throne keyword. So then we have the lantern armor hybrid set. So this gives 4 to everything. It's kind of a little downgrade for just minor, because it goes from 5 to 4 everywhere for the lantern stuff.
Yes. Oh no, I have 7 armor instead of 8.
Yeah. But you use the entirety of the rest of the set. Again, so that's why the Riot Mace is good, because you're going to get the +2 accuracy from clubs for the glove, or +2 accuracy to clubs from the gloves. What is it? And then you ignore extreme heat, which is the thing you need for lantern. And then thrown weapons in your gear grid gain sharp. So these need to be in your gear grid. Now, the thing... Well, we forgot to mention. You could do the funny thing you could do with the mask is if you pointed it to Fist and Tooth, you could throw hands.
Yes, you can become Ryu and start throwing Hadoukens.
Sure,
at
but they
the
won't gain
boss.
sharp because Fist and Tooth, the weapon itself, is not in your gear grid.
Unfortunately.
So they won't gain sharp, but you could throw hands. That's the funny thing. Now, with the Riot Mace and with those other things, yes, they are in your gear grid. They're gaining the thrown weapon from the helmet. So thrown weapons in your gear grid gain sharp. And then it says, the first time you would archive a thrown item each lantern year, keep it instead.
It should say gear.
It should
but
say
does
gear.
not.
I think it should say gear. First time you would archive a thrown gear each lantern year, keep it instead. This would be great with honed and stuff. Like as you were saying, honed things have 0 strength, so you could throw them around and then. But honed things don't archive
It'd be great
themselves.
frail.
Yeah,
but
but
frail. It'd be great to point it at a
Zimbato.
founding stone.
Well, no, Zimbato's not. Or Founding Stone's not an item. But if it was gear,
If
you're
you point the
correct.
mask
Yeah,
at
yeah.
the Zanbato, it becomes thrown. So you
Yeah,
can
yeah, yeah.
free
Yeah.
Zanbato, technically speaking.
So if you pointed the mask at a founding stone, kind of a waste, but yeah, you could.
It's a free crit, bruh.
Yeah, it's a free crit twice. You get two of them with your founding stone. Double the thing with your founding stone. I guess I don't know if I'd still be using the founding stone to get double the crits this late when I'm already wearing full armor, but or full lantern. But you could.
Yep. The other option that actually works with it, rules as written, would be an item that is thrown, which would be the musk bomb. I'm not going to, but you could.
You could, yeah. So that's the thing. So these items, or these things, need to be items, and there's literally only two of them at all in the game currently.
Yes. This is the musk bomb and the silk bomb from
Correct.
Spider-Cubes.
What's the name of the dung beetle bomb?
The beetle bomb is not thrown, nor does it archive itself. No, it is
Yes.
thrown, but it does not archive
But it does not archive itself. So yeah, which is odd because it seems like that's the route that they learned to take for future thrown weapons, was to go the beetle bomb route instead of going the original route. So
Beetle bomb is basically just once per showdown.
yeah, it's just a better version of the. It's a better way to word than the other one, the old ones.
The musk bomb.
Yeah. So this seems like a very unneeded fix when you could have just fixed Musk Bomb to read like Beetle Bomb. But I guess because you didn't do that in the card pack, you need this. Or this is supposed to say gear, and then it would cover that anyway because the bombs are still gear.
Yes.
Yeah. So first time you would archive a thrown gear.
If I'm going to be playing with this, I'm just going to hand wave it and say it should say gear, because that feels much more useful.
Yeah. I mean, now the other here's the other thing. It does clearly look like they're going like the ninja route with sun stuff.
You're telling me that it's just supposed to be the smoke bomb?
No, 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 no. I'm saying that maybe Campaigns of Death will have a bunch of like bombs.
I mean, maybe. If any campaign was gonna get like some smoke bombs and a gun, it'd be people of the sun.
Yeah,
right?
so maybe. That's what I'm saying, maybe. Because
I don't.
you would definitely.
Maybe
I mean,
they'll
how
be
many
like-
would you need to? How many would you need? Five or six different ones to make this useful. You'd want to have like your support guy with like
Like 2 or 3 good ones.
yeah, 2 or 3 good ones.
Like if it was just knock down the monster.
Yeah, if it was Pulse
Yeah.
Lantern.
If it was Pulse Lantern or King Greaves.
Yeah, just
Waste your
anything that doesn't suck.
Wow, that's a way to put it. Yeah, anything that's not bad.
Anything that'd be worth putting.
Just design good items. That's all we're asking.
Well, specifically thrown items, and
Yes.
just make them
I mean,
interesting. Because the
love it all.
musk one doesn't do. I don't even remember what does Silk Bomb even do. I don't even. I know Musk Bomb.
Cannot. Silk Bomb makes it so no survivor can be knocked down until the end of the round.
It's not. I guess that's not that
It's
bad.
bad.
I guess.
It's bad. No, because it archives itself.
Well, I know, but I
And it
mean, I
costs,
guess
like,
it's
6
like.
silk or something.
Yeah, I guess. I don't even know where you would use that. Because
No, 2 resources and 2 silk. Activation until the end of the round.
Oh,
All
that's so
survivors
good.
ignore knockback and bash. Not knockdown, just bash.
Oh, it's so
Archive
good.
after use.
I mean,
So it's like,
I get maybe. I mean, but then this is people to Sun specific. So I was gonna say maybe like Gold Smoke Knight kind of pushes you back with Blackened, but or like but they can't use Gold Smoke Knight's not showing up people to Sun. What's the other one? Vortex.
doesn't.
From right? Vortex from Watcher. He pushes you all around.
Well, that's not people with the sun.
Well, I know that's what I'm saying. So yeah, exactly.
Isn't there? I forget if it's a Lonely Tree trait or a Flower Knight trait that like does knockback towards the board edge, and if you end your act
That's-
adjacent to the board edge, you
That's
die.
yes. That's the Lion or no, not the Flower Knight. Because I remember that's on Taste's Giggle Lion, which is insane.
Yeah, so that some of Lion God, if you get knocked off the board edge, you die.
Yeah, so maybe there's
Um,
some reason to do it.
we're really grasping for straws here.
Yeah, the
Uh,
point
Soap Bomb's
is,
not good. Musk Bomb's not good. This should probably say Gear.
this should
But
probably say gear. Otherwise, it works with two things, and those two things are very situational. One, I couldn't even.
situational. Call them situational.
Yeah, I couldn't even. Well, I mean, I couldn't even remember what Silk Bomb does. So, but look, Ignore Stream Heat's good. That's something, at least. I mean, that's something. Can use
It's
Lantern.
certainly something.
Yeah.
I mean, because that's a net +2 movement. Because the chest gives -2, but the legs give +2, and the mask gives +2, so that's net +2.
Yeah.
Accuracy with clubs, of course, it's like +2. It's good. It's good. And that's 7 armor everywhere because of the Lantern Cuirass.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
Like, it's good, and there's a lot of fun things that you can do with the making stuff thrown.
Well, yeah, and then giving
the
it
other really
sharp.
funny one was the Vespertine bow.
Oh yeah, you could do the Vespertine bow because Vespertine bow got nerfed below 5 strength, so you could just turn that into a weapon, gain the deadly, throw it around. That's funny.
Does the Sun Ring bow? The Sun Ring bow also works, but you wouldn't be able to activate it.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to. Well, maybe you could if you had some permanent affinities, right?
No, because it's 2 jigsaws.
Yeah, but those don't line up with the body and the legs.
No, because you would have to point at, and it's left, and it's left
Oh,
and right.
it's left.
Red
Okay,
on the
yeah,
Sun
yeah,
Ring
okay,
bow.
yeah.
Anyway, this is just rambling at that point. Like, it's fun, and that's all
Yeah.
I can really ask for.
I think this is
for it to be
fun, even
here.
if you don't use.
I'll be using it because I'm going to be playing People of the Sun soon-ish once I get the sim sorted out, so I'll be using it.
And you don't have to use this, right? Well,
No,
I mean,
you
I'm
don't.
saying you don't have to use the hybrid armor. I think the mask is cool enough.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah, so.
You can get it relatively early.
Yeah. All right, thank you so much for joining me, Jay.
Thank you, as always, for having me.
Yeah, and we'll talk in a couple weeks, I think, maybe. 2 weeks? Maybe?
Well, it depends on when people actually get the content.
That's
It's mailed
true.
to them.
It's true. All right, thank you for joining me, Jay.